Hey, today we're going to be doing a tutorial to show you how to extract a photo, a model out of a photo and put them onto a flyer. You might need to do this if you're doing a poster or you're doing a party flyer or a business card or whatever the case may be. We're going to show you how to get the background out of the photo and put the picture inside whatever you're working on. All right, first things first, I'm going to open up a photo, and this is a photo shoot that I've done with a young lady named Jonique, and we took some pictures in the studio, and I'm going to use her for this flyer. It's for a flyer for a club, and it's going to be a club night. So I want to get something kind of sexy. Um, I think this one will do. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up in Photoshop. I'm just gonna drag the picture to the Photoshop icon. If you have a Mac, um, first thing what I want to do is select the Lasso Tool, which is this tool here. When you select the Lasso Tool, you're gonna see feather, and at the top where it says feather, I usually have mine on 1.5 or sometimes 2, just depending on how big the flyer is. Um, in this case, I'm just going to use 1.5. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if you use 0, a lot of times the picture look cut out like you use scissors to cut it out and it looks unnatural. But if you use 1.5, it'll soften those edges. And when you soften the edges, it'll blend back into the background a lot better and make for a more natural look. All right, so now I got it on 1.5. I'm going to take the magnifying glass and I'm going to zoom in so I can see the edges really clear. And then I'll go back to the lasso tool and I'll start clicking the mouse and going around the edges. Every time I get to a curve, I'll click the mouse again, just like so. So you just click, 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 click all the way around. And I find this to be the easiest method. I mean, there's a few more methods that you can use to extract pictures, but it takes a little more experience. You will have to learn how to use the pen tool, which is not a bad thing if you want to learn how to use it. But if it's something that you need to learn or something that you need to do right away and you need to extract that picture, I think this probably would be the easiest way. You just have to go right around the edges. And when you get to the hair can be a little tricky. So when you go around the hair, you don't have to be too precise because most people are not going to know what the original hair looked like anyway. So, I mean, if you just get something kind of close, it'll do just fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much and waste a lot of time on the hair. We can come back a little bit later after I finish doing the whole extraction and fix it up just a little bit to make it look a little more natural. But right now I'm just concentrating on getting around this whole model's figure. And you get up to here, some more hair. And you can just go around it the best way that you can get around it. Even if you have to cut a little bit off, give her a little haircut. Hair is always going to be the hardest thing to extract, especially on a female. On men, it's not too bad. If they have like a normal low cut, if they have dreads, sometimes it could be tricky. Or if they have, a lot of hair, not a good thing when you're doing extractions. But we can make it work. All right, just continue around. Now, if the background was a solid color like a green or blue, they do have different programs where you can just extract the blue out or the green out, or if it was just a solid color. But in this case, we have like a black, grayish background, and she has a lot of black and gray inside of her picture, so that's not gonna work. So we can't just automatically take it out, but this isn't too bad. Almost finished. Just need to get down. You don't have to worry about trying to be so perfect around the edges, you know, with these wrinkles and, you know, things of that nature. People are not going to miss that at all. No one would ever know. All right, just about finished. We're about to put the finishing touch on the last part of it. And there we have it. Okay, now what we need to do is extract the insides of the photo, like this gray area here, because we want to drag this photo out of here. We want to drag her out of here without this gray between her arm and her face. So what we do, you want to push down the Option key on the Mac. When you push down the option key, it'll put up a negative sign on the Lasso tool. And on this Lasso tool, now we can go inside of the selection that we already made, and it'll take out the negative part of the photo. Go around her eyelashes. It's a little tricky too, but I think we got it. All right. Now, let's see. I think that was the only. Oops, I zoomed in a little too far. All right. Yeah, I think that pretty much did it for the negative parts. Now we can go back to the hair. This time we want to push the Shift key. The Shift key makes positive selections. So if we did something like this, I got the Shift key down. As you can see, there's a plus sign instead of a negative sign, and everything that I select now will be added to the selection. So now you can go back and get a few of those strands of hair, or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't get all of them. I wouldn't try to get all the strands of hair, but just enough to make it look natural. Not too much and not too little. And a couple more, and we'll be finished. Take that all the way around. And that's it. I think we're done. So now all we have to do is create the flyer, which is about 4x6. I'm going to create a 4x6 flyer with 4x6. The height will be 6. The width is 4, height is 6. Resolution is going to be 300. Push OK. Now all I have to do is just grab my arrow tool and click on our selection and drag. So here she is on the new flyer. I want to resize it. Hold the shift down when you're doing the resizing. That way you can keep your proportion. If you don't hold the shift, sometimes they can get out of whack. You need to hold proportion. See, I took my hand off the shift key and this is what happens. But when you hold the shift key down, it keeps everything in proportion. So, and that's it. I'm going to be finishing this flyer in a few more tutorials, so make sure you check back soon. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright, thanks.